Hello, ladies. Let's start this dance party and get up and shake it a little bit and say where you are listening from as you are joining this live. Let me know as always what town, what city, what state, what country are you watching from, and then let's shake it out a little bit. Let's shake it out until we start. And today I'm going to talk about how to feel amazing at 53 or older, or maybe you're younger, but you still want to feel amazing. I just turned 53 2 days ago, and I had so much energy, and I feel so great. My name is Linda Terjesen. My company is LTLTE. It stands for Learn to Laugh to Exercise. Say hello as you're coming on so that I know that you can hear me, and let me know where you are watching from, and let me know when is your birthday. My birthday is 11/11. When is your birthday? Let me know below, because then we can celebrate you. All right? Put that in the comments, and then I will come over here and we'll get started. Do you feel better when you're dancing? Yeah, I always feel better when I'm dancing. And I told my clients this the other day. Hey, one of them was in a little bit of a funk, and I said, hey, if you're in a funk, put on some music, turn it up, and just dance all by yourself. Who here does this? I think that is so much fun. And how can you not get out of the funk and feel better if you are jamming to some music, your favorite song? You will start to smile, right? Let me know if you can hear me. All right. So what I'm going to talk about today is how you can feel younger as you are getting older, as you're aging. You can reverse that side effects of getting older. You can. It's totally possible. You don't need to take any pills, any supplements, but you can do it with feeling amazing. How can you do this? Well, I want to tell you what I used to do about 20 years ago when I was in my early 30s. Then I used to party a lot. And what happens when we party a lot is we're usually hungover. Who here has ever been hungover? It's not a great feeling, but how can we feel better when we're hungover is usually eating some greasy food. Ugh. And it does make you feel better in the moment. So I used to do that. I used to sleep a lot later. And I definitely didn't drink a lot of water. I would drink a Diet Coke every day for lunch. And I never had a big lunch. Let me know what you typically eat for lunch. Do you have a salad? Do you have a burger? Do you have a sandwich? What do you typically have for lunch? Or do you skip lunch? Because that's something I did a little bit. I would skip meals. Typically dinner would be like chips and salsa a lot of times because it was super easy. And hey, I was all by myself. So I wanted to make it easy. Who else wants to make it easy when it comes to making meals? And you know what? I still make it easy, but it doesn't have to be unhealthy just because it's easy. So I used to watch a lot of TV. Now they call it binge watching. I wasn't really into it that much with watching different episodes, but I would watch more TV. I would stay up later. I would wake up later. And I would typically work out after work, but it didn't always happen. Who here can relate to that it doesn't always happen, the exercises? I didn't have it scheduled, and I often came up with excuses, quite honestly, for myself. And we all know what excuses do. They don't help us, right? So watching TV, I would usually eat some chips because I love potato chips. That didn't help my waistline. And again, I would drink more alcohol more often, especially on the weekends. I would drink more, I would party, I would exercise, but I didn't track anything. I didn't have a good strategy. I was not efficient like I am today. So How can you feel amazing as you get older? And I'll tell you some of my secrets. Who wants to hear the secrets? Say me below. If I want to hear the secrets, say me below. M-E. All right? And I'm going to go through what I call the 3 C's. Who wants to hear the 3 C's? So the 3 C's, one that is super important is consistency. If you hear me, write consistency below. We all know that if it's something that we're repeating, if we are writing it as we are hearing it, we are going to think about it more and we are more likely to believe it. So write the word consistency, all caps below. All right, so consistency. What does this mean? Well, I tell my clients this too, that if you are eating a lot of calories one day, not too many calories the next day, and you keep repeating that pattern, not only are you messing with your metabolism and with your hormones, but you're going to see an inconsistent number on the scale when you weigh yourself. Does this make sense? So, if you're inconsistent and you eat a lot, you eat a little, you eat a lot, you eat a little, it's like a roller coaster, and the same thing is going to show up on the scale. The number is going to go up, it's going to go down, it's going to go up, it's going to go down. So, we have to get consistent. And another thing with the consistency is, of course, working out, exercising. And if you are exercising consistently, then, of course, you are going to be toning more. Oh, now I have this weird thing where I don't think it is recording. If somebody can say hello, because I don't think it's recording on my laptop, the comments, and I had this happen before, which is really weird. So give me a second here because I want to make sure that I can hear you all and that I can see what is going on. So if you can please say hello so that I can make sure that I can actually see you. All right, write the word consistent. Consistent. Okay. So I see it here. Okay, I got it. All right. So consistency. Now, with working out, of course, it's important to stay consistent because if you want to tone your body, a lot of women say, I want to tone my body. That means reducing body fat. If you're going to do that, it's not just about nutrition, it's also about exercise, but you have to be consistent. If you go to the gym 1 week, say 3 days a week, the next day you don't go any, the following week you go 5, you're going to see and feel that on your body. You're going to feel it when you put on those jeans, right? Does this make sense? Let me know. So consistency, and another thing with a lot of people, maybe not so much right now since we're still in COVID, but it could be because you can still do takeout. You can get delivery. So if you eat out 5 times a week, whether it's lunch, dinner, breakfast, whatever it is, if you eat out a lot, that's going to increase your body fat. So that whole thing, if you're consistently eating out, it's going to consistently increase your body fat. So next point, drinking wine. Who loves to drink wine? Say cheers. Obviously, I'm not drinking wine now. I'm drinking water. But if you drink wine every single night, you are likely to feel sluggish in the morning. And you're going to get so used to feeling sluggish because you're so used to drinking the wine that you're not really going to notice it. It's just this habit that you get into. You're consistently drinking wine, you're going to consistently feel sluggish in the morning. So consistency, whether you're working on a good thing or working on a not so good thing, the consistency is key to making a change. So not eating out a lot and being consistent with your workout and being consistent with eating healthy meals and eating about the same calories every day, that's where you're going to see that consistency on the scale. If this resonates with you, write the word consistency. Then I will go into number 2. Please write the number 2 below. The number 2 for the second C is the second C, or maybe it's this way, is commitment. All right. So commitment is, you can't do anything if you're not committed. I have people that I talk to every day. They say, oh yeah, I'm committed. I'm a 10 out of 10. I want this. But they're really not that committed. Because when you are committed, you will prioritize yourself. You will prioritize time. You will find a way, no matter what. You will take action. Nothing happens without taking action, right? So you can start, but if you keep stopping the process, you start, you stop, it's back to that roller coaster ride, and you're back to messing with your metabolism, messing with your hormones. But more importantly, you are messing with your mindset. So we all know that we prioritize what is important to us. So if you want to get healthy, you know that you have to exercise, you know that you have to drink water, you know that you have to eat more vegetables, you know that you have to do these things, you will find a way to prioritize that. Because if you come up with the same old excuse that you've come up with year after year, saying you're so busy is bullshit. It's all about being productive. Right below, busy is bullshit, or busy is BS. So the mindset is huge. It all starts in the head. And it doesn't matter if you want to start these diets, whatever you want to do, it all starts in the head. You have to be committed to you. Because if you go back and forth with all these excuses, you're going to be starting over. Each time that you start over, you're going to become more frustrated with yourself. And we all know that's not a good feeling. So we prioritize what is important to us. You prioritize what is important to you. And there's no such thing as not having the time to do something. We all have the time. We can all make the time. So if something is important, you will find a way, you will find the time, you will find the resources. And if it's not important, if it's not a priority, you will find an excuse. That's what you will find, is an excuse. And I know, because I used to have a lot of the excuses too. So lastly, needing to take action on the commitment. Because if you simply observe, and if you're reading, you're researching, you're listening, you're doing all these things, but you're not doing anything with the information, then you are staying flat. So we need to take action, right? Take action below if you are all for taking action. And always remember these 3 words. Do it now. Do it now. Because procrastinating is not going to get you anywhere. If you want something, do it now. It doesn't have to be the whole thing, but get started. Get started, because it's going to make yourself feel so much better. And this, again, is where it all starts. Right? Right. Okay, the last C, put a number 3 below for the last C. I'm not sure which one you see, but the last C to feeling better is community. Community. What we have here in Women Helping Women Entrepreneur Group is community. And really paying attention to who you surround yourself with the most. Super important. Okay? So if you pay attention to who you surround yourself with, you will notice that maybe you are surrounding yourself with some friends that are not so healthy. Maybe they're the friends that want to go to happy hour, or they want to do Zoom calls and drink wine every night. So you do it with them because they're your friends and you want to be with them. So you're more likely to join them. Who here does Zoom calls? Raise your hand or say I if you do Zoom calls a lot and you're drinking wine with your friends. If you keep doing that, then you're in a different community than the one you really want to be in if you really, truly want to be healthier. Because it doesn't necessarily get easier as we get older, but the healthier you are, the easier it's going to be. You're going to stay off, or you're going to be able to reduce medications. You don't need a ton of supplements. You're going to have a lot more energy, and you're just going to feel so much better about yourself. You're going to fit into your clothes, and you're going to sleep better, and all of this. But it's your choice what you want to do. It's your choice. There's another C, choice. So if you are around people who want to eat healthy, you are more likely to eat healthy. If you have a husband at home who wants meat and potatoes and all that stuff all the time, then you are more likely to make the meat and potatoes for him, and then you will eat it too because you don't necessarily want to make 2 meals. If you're around a family, say you're visiting your parents and they're making, unhealthier foods that you're not typically eating so much of, but you don't want to upset them. You don't want to, make them feel bad because you're not eating their food. So you eat it just to satisfy them. Hi, Tihana. Thanks for coming on. So doing these things is you're self-sabotaging yourself because you're not thinking about you. You are thinking about them. You're letting the outside circumstances, the outside people, the external world, you are letting them influence you and your mind as to how you truly want to be. Thanks for joining, Tihana. So glad you can make it. All right, so the other point here with community is accountability. And you know this if you've ever worked with a coach before. It's all about getting accountability. It's about getting and going out of your comfort zone. Because if you stay where you are used to staying, if you keep doing things your way, the way that you want to do them, you're not willing to change, you are going to stay exactly the same. Yes, it's my choice, says Tihana. Yay! So the accountability, with getting support, we can move so much further, faster, more efficiently if you have support, because you have the accountability and you know that you have to report back. But if you say, well, I don't feel like it, well, I don't have time, well, I'm not going to do this, I'm going to do it that way, and I'm going to go back to my usual self, then that's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to go backwards. You're going to go back to the person that you've been all these years, and you're not going to make the change that you truly want to change. So it's your choice. What do you really want? That is a question to ask yourself. What do you really want? How important is it really? Because like I said earlier, busy is bullshit. If you really want to find a way to become healthier, to have a lot of energy, to feel better as you age, there are so many ways to do this. But you have to prioritize yourself. You have to commit to yourself. And you have to surround yourself with the people who are going to lift you up and make you feel better, even if that requires getting out of your comfort zone. Because if not, you're going to stay the same. And if you stay on this flat surface, you are going down. You're not going up. And we all want to go up, right? Right? Up, below if you want to go upwards. And if you don't want to go backwards, if you don't want to go downhill, then also think about quitting too early. Because I've had some clients and they've started out and they've done fabulous. They've lost a ton of weight. They're feeling better. They have more energy. They're eating foods that they have been told that they couldn't eat. And everything is going so well for them. Then something happens. Something happens up here where, oh, but I can't do that today because now I'm so busy doing this, or this happened. I got to take care of this. I got to help this one out. I got to do this. And you're all over the place. And then what happens is you let all those external circumstances, people, things take over, and you're no longer focusing on yourself. And then you go backwards. So do not, I repeat, do not quit too early, because you are worth it. You deserve it. We all deserve to be healthy. We all deserve to be happy. We all deserve to have lots of energy and to be strong, right? Yes. So how can you get there? The nutrition is huge. It's more important than working out. I know, because I used to work out 2 to 3 hours in the gym 5 days a week. I didn't see that much progress because I wasn't eating right. So the nutrition is super important. It's the most important. And with that, not just foods, but also fluids. What are you drinking? Are you drinking water? Let me know how many glasses of water you've had today so far. So drinking water, super important. And cutting back on the alcohol, cutting back on the snacks, cutting back on the takeout, the delivery, the eating out. Save that stuff for the weekends, for the special occasions. Eat more vegetables and eat less red meat. So save the party for the weekend, but don't go crazy. Don't let what you worked for so hard during the week, don't let that get ruined on the weekend, so you have to start over every Monday, because that is going to be super frustrating too. We don't want to constantly be starting over, because it does not help you mentally, nor does it help you physically or emotionally or anything. So nutrition, super important, and the exercises. Making sure that you change up your strategy. If you're always going to all these classes, if you're using your Peloton, if you're doing all this cardio, if you're only walking, sooner or later, you're going to have to change it up, because your body is getting way too used to doing the same thing over and over and over again. So you're repeating something over and over again, but your body's so used to it, so you have to stop and you have to change things up. We need variety with the exercise.